And yet again, we're back at the bus stop, waiting for the bus to come to Mama's place. But there's something different today. The sky is blue. And see that thing over there? That's called the sun. Yes, about 1 in the afternoon, midday. That's as high as the sun gets. Alright, that's the apex. But yes, we did have a sunny day, and we have a blue sky. Doesn't make it any warmer, but it is certainly pleasant. See the sun's sunrise. Here comes the bus, but is it our one? Well, here in Kazan, they call it a double pizza, but what it really is a pizza that's folded in half, doubled up. But it's a very nice way to eat the pizza. And it's fresh and hot, just handed to us minutes before we got home, the shop across the road. And it looks like this. And it's somewhere between a kebab and a pizza, which is not a bad thing at all. Here we go. And as always in Russia, I think, it's the sauce that makes a difference. That makes this food all that more enjoyable. No idea what the sauce is, but boy does it taste good. Priятного аппетита. Dive in, have a bite. So I've just been to the spare bank yonder in the distance to process my biometrics for my Russian government ID, my Goslugi, by myself, which was an interesting adventure. But the lady was extremely patient, extremely kind, extremely friendly. Even her boss, who had to come over and do the authorization, was all very pleasant. I have, as well as having done my biometrics, also ended up with a new bank account with a spare bank. In Russia I have been using Alpha Bank, but now I have another bank account. So it's all good, and all done with the minimal use of the Russian language. So life is good. It was a sunny morning. There is patches of blue sky around. So most of my holiday has been rather overcast, but today it's blue sky. It's -6, so it's not like it's warm. But life is good. Again, Russia is friendly and helpful, and this is even government agents and banks and stuff. They just like helping people. It's like you matter to them, and they want to make sure you're taking care of it and part of it. There is some bureaucracy in having to go from this counter to that counter, and with a department called the MFS, which is the document department of the government where we started. I did have to visit them 5 or 6 times, and in between the visits we did fit in one visit to the pension fund, which is where they deal with what's called a SNILS number. So but after I got my SNILS number sorted out, everything else fell into place. So I can't do anything but say that the systems, although maybe they seem complex and multiple visits, the system works, and the people care enough to help you. Even at the MFS and at the pension fund, they're just lovely people, and they treat you like a human being. You're not just a number and a person off the street to cause them work. They're just like, they're prepared to help you and prepared to get things done. So well done, Russian government, for having good people. I like it so far. Anyway, I'm off now over yonder to go to the shopping mall called Tandem, where I went a week ago, and there I will meet my wife and possibly we'll have lunch. Okay, for now, paka paka, das vidanya. A hot chocolate, like the steaming muds of Rotorua. Is it a drink or is it an adventure? I think it's an adventure. So tonight I've gone out to meet some friends and I've gotten off by the Metro Sloboda, Freedom, and I'm just walking down a little street which contains a tram and bus museum. Outdoor museum, you just wander through, there's no charge. And in the background you'll see a beautifully illuminated place which is the children's theatre, where your puppet shows and your pantomimes and stuff happen. And in front of the children's theatre probably we'll see the remains of the Christmas tree and the ice village. They make an ice village with slides and stuff every year, and the kids go there. So here's some of the old trolleybuses, 1875. Sorry, trams and trolleybuses. (1946) through to the 60s. This one's 1899. So we still have trolleybuses and trams running around Kazan, but most of them are much newer and much nicer looking than these. But it's pleasant to have these out and available for exhibition. So underneath that spire there is the Christmas tree, the Yulka. And somewhere there's like a historical village, which is where my restaurant tonight is contained. So I'll stop videoing and use my map again at that point in time. Now that's a very Soviet-looking vehicle, if ever I've seen a Soviet-looking vehicle. (1972). That's about right. Tram number 2. From 1961 through to 87. All right. Well, I better stop filming and start looking at the map again. But I did just want to give you one last view of the children's theatre. You'll find in Russia a lot of things revolve around children and families and mothers. It seems to be that mothers with children are a revered sort of a person in Russia, and a lot of the stuff that's provided by the city is provided specifically for the benefit of children. Sports clubs and gymnasiums and learning things and all kinds of clubs. It's just really in Russia they concentrate very much on the next generation and making sure that life is easy for those people who are raising the next generation. All right, and with our parting shot of the children's theatre, I bid you farewell. And I have arrived at the Toigan Avrulium, which is kind of a recreated traditional village. And somewhere in here is tonight's restaurant. So let's wander around and see what a village in Tajikistan looked like a couple of 100 years ago. I have to say that my unloved hand that's holding the phone is getting extremely cold, but I can still feel it, and not numb yet. Well, there's a building there that says restaurant, so my guess is that's where we're dining tonight. Need to just hold in some water from the well. This giant triangle, this is one of the traditional dishes in Tajikistan. A meat or potato filled pastry. It's either baked or fried. And there's a dragon, Zeloni, which is quite cool for all of those who come from New Zealand. Zelandi, I think it is. Zeloni is green. The dragon, I think, is Zelandi. Bit of hay left outside, just in case the dragon needs something to eat. The village store, the cafe, and a building that looks like a giant teapot. All right. Oh, and look at that. They've even got a hotel. Signing out for now. We will talk again, or video again, shortly. On the outskirts of town, you'll find my favourite banya, Banuadani. And here in the centre of town, in the historical village reenactment, they have a sauna. And the name on the top of the roof there is Banuadani. So I can either go out of town, or now I know, I can come into town. A similar experience. And the steam coming out of the chimneys in this steam room here, and the smell of the beautiful woods of the forest that they use to heat the rooms. Just beautiful. Beautiful fir tree, wood smoke, birch tree. A wonderful smell. Yep. Russia, it's the life for me. And the banya, absolutely. If I'd known, I would have booked my swimmers tonight. Unfortunately, I didn't know. Giant teapot, roaring fire in a pizza oven. Dina. Amazing chandeliers. Walking back from the restaurant, I've been led to a back alley to see where old Christmas trees go to die. Apparently this is it. And over the next few days, weeks, months, these Christmas trees will indeed no longer be Christmas trees. The Yulka. And here we are in downtown Kazan. And look at all of the Christmas lights still on the side of the hill there. And this is the beginning of Bowman Street. And look at these Christmas lights. Unbelievable. We're going to walk up here and find my bus. But one thing Russia does very well is Christmas and New Year. Everything done for families and children to celebrate the coldest part of the year. But it's a celebration.
Flag.
The flag is solid. Solid flag. Unbelievable. One thing I do like about Russia is the ice creams. I like both the creaminess and the flavour and the size. I'm sorry, that won't fit. Let me just bring it back here a little bit. Compared to a Cornetto in Australia, you get a fair amount more ice cream in these. Just open her up and dive right in. This is a new variety that I normally have. This one says Bolshoi Brat, as in Big Brother. So I'm expecting some kind of electronic listening device hidden inside the ice cream. It's a strawberry kind of flavour and very creamy and a big core of syrup inside, and then down the bottom there'll be a good amount of chocolate. It's minus 14 outside. It's plus 24 in the kitchen. And this ice cream is very creamy. The flavour is very syrupy, like most artificial flavourings. But it certainly tastes like strawberry. And it's not a small ice cream. Big Brother. It is big and flavoursome. Приятного аппетита. Come to Russia, enjoy the ice cream and everything else. Up the end of the street, not far from that tall building. And there's our little church. Icicles from the eaves. Be careful when it warms up and they fall.
Поэтому, конечно, вот когда мы говорим о свободе, это Это не из фильма «Армагеддон», «Свобода и независимость», да, которые там летят куда-то там, как мост дорожный. Это не какие-то вот такие вот, может быть, даже действительно современные такие вот понятия свободы, демократии, еще чего-то. Да. Но для нас вот действительно очень важно понять то библейское основание, да, то, вот о какой свободе говорит Господь. Потому что есть кто-то абсолютно свободный? Нет. Абсолютно свободным человек быть не может. Я подумал, может быть, если его выбросить в космос, он будет абсолютно свободен. От всех законов, от законов гравитации, будет летать вот вверх ногами и все такое, да. Но и даже там он не будет абсолютно свободным. Да, то есть такого понятия, как абсолютная свобода, опять-таки, возвращаясь к анархистам теперь, да, которые, вот тоже интересный пример, но это все в следующий раз поговорим, то есть люди, которые искали вот этой абсолютной свободы, там, дикой свободы, да, то есть по-всякому это называли.
And walking back to the bus stop. See this little circular stand here. This is where you can bring your bottles down and fill them with fresh water, filtered water. So the water in Kazan is quite hard. In fact, I think many Russian cities. And so buying fresh water in bottles or at a kiosk. Now, up until probably a couple of years ago, that kiosk was manned by a person, but nowadays it's an automatic machine. Go down there, put in a couple of rubles, I don't know what it is, not very much, cheap as, and go home with 4 litres of filtered water. Of course, those who can install the water filters and have filter jugs in their fridge, whatever. But it's a commonplace, and it's a common sight to see in any group of apartments. In this little green space, which is currently white because it's winter, a little art installation of pencils. And you see the 3 hands there. Didn't notice it at first, but Tanya pointed out to me. It's rock, paper, scissors. The statue to commemorate rock, paper, scissors. Welcome to Russia. You can rent a little car for your kids to travel around the shopping centre in, but in fact it's remote controlled, so they can't drive in anybody because Papa, in this case, is controlling the car. In a nearby shopping mall, in one of my favourite food courts, all sorts of stuff to purchase and eat, including pizza and pizza, but I've chosen tartar food and I'm getting myself a steak and chips effectively. Life is good in Russia. Everything's available. Sanctions? What sanctions?
In Russian or in English? Мы в Китае, в Шанхае. Зашли покушать в ресторан. Очень хороший ресторан. Рекомендуем. Очень вкусно.
So we've just taken the metro from the Shanghai airport to East Nanjing Street, exited subway exit number 3, and we're standing in some kind of semi-pedestrian wall. There's a real street back there, but there are some vehicles coming through here. There's an array of buildings. The metro meticulously clean, just like in Russia. It's raining a little bit. It's about 10 degrees, but bustling place.
This is a walk.
Not too crowded, but we'll go for a wander down this pedestrian wall and see what there is to see. Welcome to China. After 5 weeks, you'd think maybe the garden would have just simply mowed itself. Apparently not. Guess it'll be a busy Saturday. The whippersnapper we bought last year, it'll get some work out.